That's
Hi. We're back again.
hello.
This time for Resident Evil 6 streaming the Chris demo. We got a quick 10-minute demo of the Chris gameplay. Before I cut to that, though, I got to play up to a certain point, so I'll take care of that while I chat. But this demo begins. It's Chris and his partner, co-op partner Piers in Eastern Edonia, which is one of the European locations in the game. And as we said, the 3 campaigns for Jake, Chris, Leon are all pretty different. And Bobby behind us giving me some ears.
Some dude.
Each of the campaigns are pretty different. So Chris, obviously, as you've seen from the trailers and from prior gameplay demos, Chris is very much like in a war zone, like on the front lines of this massive outbreak that's happened in this European country. Well, all over the world, actually. And as a member of the BSAA, it's kind of his job to take care of that. So, while I quickly play up to this point, which I have to do before we can begin, I'll try to run through this. I should have actually handled this before, but I forgot.
You guys would not believe how much cool stuff you're missing.
The explosions that are echoing off the screen. It's kind of insane.
Man.
But, whoa, the guy got ran over.
Wow, oh man. I'm sorry you guys are missing all this. Not to troll you horribly, but that's pretty much what we're doing.
Sorry, I should have taken care of this ahead of time.
Yeah.
Almost there. But this is what we're showing today and tomorrow. Tomorrow 10 a.m. is the Leon demo, and we'll be showing them all again Saturday and Sunday as well. So if you miss this one or you miss other ones, plenty of chances to catch them again. Jeez, so many enemies out of my face. But if you're at Comic-Con or you're probably at Gamescom or PAX, we'll have playables all these different places, so you'll be able to get your hands on it. No new trailer for Comic-Con, but new gameplay. So I think we can cut to it now. We can just start
Shall we?
Almost there.
Just hang in there, guys.
Go ahead and click it on over, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh my God. So I gotta clear these guys out of the way. So you just see some Chihuahua that have mutated and grown this huge arm. So now we can probably safely get out of here. Yeah, big war zone going on, and Chris, as a member of the BSAA, is out to stop this. And one of the bigger BOWs, and probably the biggest BOW, well, certainly not the biggest ever, perhaps, but certainly one of the biggest.
Yeah.
So what has happened with the C virus and all the various bioweapons that have been able to get out into the world are just run rampant. And they grow them pretty big.
It's quite horrible. Beautiful environment, though.
Together. Oh, God. Comes to your weapons, but again, Chris is not too well armed at this point, though.
Can't help but wonder what this thing started out as.
Actually setting up a boss battle.
Are we still in China?
This is not in China. This is Eastern Europe. Part of Chris's story begins over here. So this is actually a boss battle. It's actually quite clever. I actually really like it a lot, but you have to know exactly what to do, and it's not entirely clear. But since I can, whoa. You can't destroy the environment and come after you.
Yes.
Chris not taking no for an answer.
He never did. Shoot his pulsating... What is that?
Some kind of weird thing.
Is that how he finds a mate?
Ew. Oh god. Come here. Out of bullets. Load up on bullets again. There we go. So now he's going to stumble. Now you can jump up on him.
Oh, cool.
Now that he stumbled and leaning up against a certain part of the environment, you can actually get up on here.
Ooh. Oh, just horrible.
And take him out.
Do we know the name of this thing?
Actually, not sure what this thing is called.
Feel free to make up names in the chat.
But that let the BSAA get in with some heavier guns and chase this guy off, but do not think you've seen the last of that guy. Again, this is the Chris portion of the demo, so this is way more action focused than either Leon or Jake really, so this is not indicative of the entire game, but rather where Chris has found himself in the story. Fulfilling the role of the BSAA, which is to stop global outbreaks of bioterror, as you saw a little bit of in Revelations. Oh, now I'm down. That's where Pierce is going to come in and revive me. Feeding me herbs, thank you very much. The interesting thing about the knife, though, if there's still a guy left, the knife actually deals you can see there, contextual damage.
Yeah. I was just thinking, all of the bullet impacts seem so much meatier and more satisfying than in past RE games, where they were already good.
Little control options there. You can dive, you can roll. A lot of control options that aren't immediately apparent. You see a sniper, see the red line of a sniper. You can dodge out of the way, you can avoid that.
So,
Duck out of the way of that sniper. Wow, he just got smashed by his own men.
man. Nice. Oh! Right in them jewels.
Yes. Tag team. Woo. Also roll into roll in to stun him.
Or kill him.
Tag to the back. To heal. Using your inventory here.
Is that a Japanese flag?
Now you can see him mutate into Chihuahua there. Now he's got this bulletproof shield that he just grows. You can see his feet. Ew. All right.
7 minutes.
They're going to blow this fence. really quick, I can show you combining a green herb with red herb gives you 6. Whoa, get out of the way. And I send those to your case. In the lower right, you'll see my case, and I'm filling up my life there with each little red herb with green herb that I eat. 7 minutes. Yes. Nice little shout out. So now we got to cover this guy while he almost made that in one shot. Didn't quite get it. Whoa.
Oh boy.
The dude's got a rocket launcher.
Better eat another flag. Whoa.
I'm trying to cover this guy while he sets charges on that train to blow it out of the way. I am out of bullets. Whoa. I found myself in the unenviable position of no bullets trying to protect this guy. So when he sets these charges, I got to keep all these guys out of here, which might be able to do with some of these dudes. You saw a counter. I stopped his attack, and right before he connected, you can hit right trigger like that, interrupt their attack, and get a quick one-hit kill on him.
We've got 30 seconds left.
Oh dear.
Before we have to cut this off.
Oh yeah, we got to cut it off in 30 seconds. Looks like this guy's got about 18 seconds left to do this. This is the end of the demo, where basically they blow the train car, they get away, and that's the end of the demo. So you had a boss battle. You had a quick scene here where you're trying to protect somebody. That's basically the end of Chris's demo. And that's it before that.
All right, here we go.
Back on camera. But yeah, that's essentially the end of the demo. There's some reason we had to do 10 minutes at a time, which is not ideal, I agree, but
certainly
it's the way it came down. So 10 minutes of Chris's demo. Again, that's what we're showing on the floor here at Comic-Con. Let me just get out of this. Yeah, Chris, again, very much action-oriented. I mean, that's the purpose of Chris's campaign, but it is, even Chris isn't like 100% non-stop running. There's definitely moments where it kind of slows down and you get some cooler, like, scary moments, but also just the way the Juabo mutate, there's a bit of like scaring you out of your comfort zone with third-person shooters. Like, you assume you can take cover, you assume you can spray bullets, you assume you're ever generating health. It just, we've been trained as gamers to think a lot of ways by the way a shooter works, and even though Chris's campaign looks like a shooter, it's most certainly not.
right.
And you can't play it like you play other shooters. You have to think about your ammo, you think about your health, your inventory, mixing herbs. You have to like keep track of all that stuff mentally, and not just run through everything. As you will run out of ammo, you will get killed. And yeah, it's a hard game. It's back when games were hard.
Remember those days, guys?
Yeah, games. Yeah. Again, no new trailer. I am rocking the Star shirt. Thank you for noticing. I see someone asking about. Let me click on here. Skill points. So yeah, skill points in the game are like, you'll see them laying around like you saw in there, little blue pickups instead of ammo. You'll see skill points. And what those do is at the end of every level, or when you start the game up and you're at the title screen, you can actually buy skills with those skill points. And that, you know, there's various things you can do, but they basically, you customize your character, like increase weapon damage, increase melee damage, increase effectiveness against zombies, increase accuracy. You can do various things like that, but you can kind of customize your character to the way you want. So that at the end of the game, your Leon is not necessarily the exact same Leon, depending on what skills you have equipped, not the exact same Leon someone else played with. So that's also useful, you know, in things like mercenaries or just when you're when you get to the point where you're trying to do speed runs or really trying to do something cool like that. Like the skills really let you kind of tinker with your character, and that kind of takes the place of like I think upgrading the weapons, where you buy a stronger version of the shotgun.
Right.
You buy skills that accentuate the shotgun. So things like that. Not really talking about DLC yet. References to Revelations. From what I've played, I haven't really seen many. I don't think I've seen any direct ones yet. Whether or not it's referenced at all, I'm not sure. The games were in development kind of concurrently, so I don't know if they would have known what they could even reference yet, as far as the story goes. Ada Wong, I'm not really talking about Ada yet. Obviously, though, plays a big part in the story and in the game, so we'll have some more to share about Ada pretty soon. But Ada definitely a large role in the game, for sure. Let's see. Special edition for the US. In this case, the special edition for RE6 is the Anthology and Archives for 360 ps3 that each come with their own assortment of older games to kind of get you up to speed with everything. Europe has a different one, but again, that's kind of different teams, different territories, working with different budgets, different resources, coming with two different solutions with the time that they had. So Europe kind of drew the cool straw this time, but then I know people in Europe would easily say the U.S. gets a lot of really cool stuff that they don't. So it's always it's a yin-yang kind of situation. Zombies, Anariel asking. Zombies are mostly factored into Leon's campaign. Everyone kind of goes through different scenes in the game, although again with the crossover gameplay, a lot of the characters do meet up, and when they meet up in the game you get some 4-player co-op moments. But in general, the campaigns are their own stories, and Leon very much deals with zombies, tall oaks, not so much Chihuahua and crazy monsters. Certainly Leon's campaign will escalate just like RE4 eventually gets to a point where it's kind of crazy. Yeah, zombies definitely in Leon's campaign. How do you purchase weapons? Weapons, from what I've seen, are actually pickups. Depending on what character you play, they start out with a specific loadout. So like Chris and Piers, for example, Chris has his assault rifle, his pistol, and his knife by default, but Piers starts with a sniper rifle. That's more of his character's bit. So he starts with that standard. And through the course of the game, you'll find weapons. Like when I played Jake earlier at 1 o'clock, he didn't start with a shotgun, but in the course of that level, you find the shotgun. Now you could easily miss that shotgun, and now you don't have it. But if you're looking around, you're breaking crates, you're not just going straight ahead, you'll find some extra weapons that way. Sadly, no creepy merchant. He's taking much needed rest.
I was hoping they would at least put him in mercenaries.
I would love to see that merchant again. I agree with you on that. And again, if you're just watching now, the recorded version of the Jake stream is actually on Twitch right now, and we'll be streaming Leon tomorrow at 10 a.m. With one of the producers of the game, Hiroyashi-san. We'll be on taking Q&A, playing Leon campaign, and if you have further questions, he'll be on there tomorrow morning. Upgrades. You upgrade your character via the skill points I mentioned earlier. Upgrading the actual guns, I think, comes via using your skill points, because you can use them to talk. You can use them to upgrade. Like, I want to upgrade my pistols. I want to upgrade my effectiveness with an assault rifle, accuracy, things like that. I don't think you actually go in the game and then buy assault rifle level 2 or improve that one. You can use your skill points that way. We'll go into more detail with all that and clarify all that, obviously, closer to launch. And that's just what I've seen so far. I've played a fair bit of the game, but haven't seen anything yet where you're actually upgrading the shotgun via a store in the game or something like that.
Right.
Not sure what Wesker's role will be. He is still very exploded currently. So I don't know.
That's right.
I haven't seen him yet. They very much talk about him a lot because it's obviously a crucial point of the game. No new trailer again. I would assume new trailer for Gamescom, I would bet. Saving is kind of checkpoint. You can go by checkpoint, or you can go by when you beat each level. At the end of a level, you get kind of a tally of how you did. in that section. So it kind of works that way. Similar to 5, I guess, overall. 10 years after Raccoon City, more or less, a little bit more. The game takes place in 2013, so not quite, just over 10 years. Let's see. Actual pause system. Yes, there is a pause that, you know, keeps the game
paused
playing while you're trying to look at stuff. Although,
right.
I need to confirm that though, because sometimes I feel like it is, and sometimes I feel like it isn't.
Huh.
In this demo that we have here, definitely, if you push start, it just pauses the game outright. I don't know if that's how the final game is, but in this demo on the show floor, you just push start and it freezes the game. No ambiguous at all. So I'm not sure if that's like for the demo or if that's for the finished game.
I will go on record saying I'm in favor of a pause.
Pauses are good when necessary. I don't know if zombies are not in Jake or Chris's campaign. I just know that Leon is definitely the one that has to deal with them right off the bat. And what I've seen of Chris and Jake so far, I haven't bumped into just standard zombies. It's been the Juavo and the Chrysalids, but whether they're in the campaign at all, I'm not sure. The gameplay hours we mentioned on the last stream, each of the campaigns, when you play them separately, I should emote with this hand since it's actually on camera and not this one that goes out over here.
You do what you were born to do, man.
Each one's about 70% of RE5 is what I've been told. So substantial amount of time for each of them, and then combined, very long Resident Evil game. Good soundtrack. I gotta admit, I was playing Jake's campaign a couple weeks ago, and there was some rather interesting music. It was really weird. I didn't expect to hear that kind of music in a Resident Evil game, but it definitely had that kind of chase, we're on the run kind of vibe. But at first I was like, wait, what? And then when I got into the groove, I'm like, wait a minute.
Are we talking like Southern Chase, like banjo music?
Not banjo music, not
like Dukes of Hazzard
stuff, but like a little bit of bass, a little bit of bass guitar in there, slapping around.
Huh.
And it was kind of cool. It was not what I expected, but it was neat. Mercenaries we're talking about a little bit later. It is in the game. Game Informer did post some screens of the mode, but video and details still to come. Other game modes we'll detail also later. There are other game modes, I can say that much. Thoughts on the game compared to 4 and 5, directed towards the host. I'm a huge fan of 4. 4 is actually my favorite Resident Evil, and actually just beyond that, one of my favorite games ever. There's not a wasted second of awesome in Resident Evil 4. I also was a big fan of 5. I reviewed 5 back when I was in the Games Press, so I was a big fan of 5. I appreciated what it was doing. So, and 6 is kind of a whole new thing. It's a little mix of both. Leon is very close to RE4 in terms of tone and what you're doing, but he's not like out in the sticks like he was in RE4. So that RE4 had that element of like that isolation that was kind of weird because you're in this unfamiliar area. Whereas 6, Leon is back in the U.S. He's back, you know where you're at. You're a U.S. president, U.S. small town. General, like, it's not a creepy village with all these weird cults, hooded guys running around. It's just like people turned into zombies. It kind of has an RE2 vibe at times, so it's kind of interesting. And 6 is like this, has moments of action that are every bit as crazy as 5, but then has echoes of 4 and some classic old school Resident Evil shoutouts in there. It's got a little bit of something for everybody. I haven't finished the game, but definitely enjoying Leon's campaign. I'll say that for sure. Like Leon is delivering, and Jake is pretty cool just because of all the melee combat you get. He has a lot of cool options. I am not sure where Barry is. I don't have that option. I'm not sure. No raid mode.
He's probably with that shop clerk.
Yeah, Barry and the shopkeeper are together at last.
Cutting a deal.
Got time for a little bit more Q&A, and then we got to hop off. But we'll be back at 4 o'clock. We're going to get some pro players, courtesy of IGN Pro League, to come play some Cross Tekken and Marble. Here we got Justin Wong, Filipino champ, Mike Ross, going to come on and play some Marble and Cross Tekken for us. A couple more campaigns, or a couple more questions here. how does Sherry compare to Jake? I actually haven't got to play as Sherry, but whenever you start your campaign, you can choose not just which campaign you want to play, but which of the 2 characters you want to play. So you can actually choose to just play as Sherry. Which is kind of cool. She has kind of an electric, like, prodding stun gun, so that's kind of a cool little extra touch that Jake doesn't have. Like I said, Piers and Nevin, Piers is different from Chris in that he starts with a sniper rifle. Let's see. Is there anything in the game that will blow our minds? I did have a very cool boss battle not far into the game with Leon. I thought it was cool. I would say, I'm not going to say blow your mind, but again, a solid boss battle that is becoming increasingly tougher to find in this current generation of games. Boss battles seem to be kind of a hard thing.
It's true.
Right. Like some amazing games that just end up with boss fights that you're kind of like, eh. But cool one in RE6, I can say at least. Gun can be improved. I did talk about that a little bit. I talked about the crossovers as well on the last stream, but generally TLDR version. Campaigns are all separate, but at key points, the campaigns meet up, and when those characters meet up, that's actually 4-player co-op. So if you want to coordinate with your friends, it's possible to have this big, like, epic moment where you have Chris, Leon, Jake, well, not Jake, because they're all, but, you know, Chris, Piers, Jake, Sherry together, in any combination of those 3 groups of 2. They do cross over. Not sure what Claire's fate is in RE6, but they do reference her, obviously. Sherry obviously would remember Claire very well, and Chris is obviously going to talk. But, yeah. We already showed the game. We did a quick 10-minute demo earlier. And interactive cutscenes. Yeah, you have the CQC stuff like you saw in 4 and 5 for sure. And, yeah, I think that's about our time there. Yeah, it's 3:30, so hop off briefly. I actually have to go retrieve the IGN guys to get them to come play Marvel. They're outside the convention center, so I gotta go get them. So we gotta hop off, but
Should probably get to that, yeah.
I should start that. Partner melee attacks like an RE5, yes. RE6 stuff you showed today be on YouTube today or tomorrow. It's actually on Twitch right now. I might still have, if I paste in here. That's not it. Well, if you look on Twitch, which you're watching on now, if you click on our name somewhere up that way, it should say our name, and then you click on videos, and there should be a video listed Jake demo, and you can watch it right now. So yeah, but we'll get them on YouTube as well. Again, thanks for watching. Sorry the demos are so brief, but that's just, the link to the demos are about 10 minutes, so we'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with the Leon campaign for RE6, and we'll actually be streaming more RE6, showing these demos again Saturday and Sunday as well. So tomorrow we also have some DMC.
Oh yes.
With Lost Planet 3, Marvel vs. Capcom Origins, a little bit of everything. So thanks for watching.
See you.
We will see you tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Pacific, with Leon's campaign for RE6, and we'll be back at 4 o'clock with some cross-tech and Marvel play with some of the folks from IGN Pro League. I think Mike Ross, Justin Wong, Filipino champ, going to stop by and play with us for a bit, which will be awesome. They are, from what I hear, talented folks.
I heard something about that, yeah.
Yeah, thanks again. We'll see you in a bit.
Farewell.